They originated during the Depression. And the idea was to use some of the money that was brought in. They started with triple headers.
Triple headers.
If I remember. It's in the book,
Yeah.
but you read the book much more recently than I have.
Well, I don't remember that.
I think they started with triple headers. And a portion of the money that was raised was used for people who were impoverished by the Depression. The double headers became standard when people from teams from all over the country, turned up in New York. And you had natural rivalries, and you had different styles of basketball. And Hank Luisetti came flying in from California with his running one-hand jump shot, when everybody else was standing still with two hands and shooting 2 feet, and shooting a two-hand set shot.
He revolutionized the game, didn't he?
To a certain degree, he revolutionized it. So far as offense taking over basketball in the 30s, coaches were looking to win 23-22.
Yeah.
There was no 24-second clock. You would hold the ball.
Right.
Even the coach I played for, this is 1951 already. And Bob Cousy was playing.
Yeah.
He wanted everybody to touch the ball before anyone shot.
Right.
And I was pulled from many a game for shooting before somebody touched the ball.
Phil Jackson would have done even better in those days.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's exactly right. But the doubleheaders became, they were played generally on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night. And you had at the time, from New York, you had City College, LIU as top teams. You had Manhattan. You had NYU. I don't know who I left out, whether I mentioned
St. John's.
St. John's.
Yeah.
You had 5 top teams from the country right in New York. So you had natural rivalries among those teams, and then you wanted to see how New York basketball, which was its own style, what they call motion offense now, how it stacked up against the Midwest teams, which played solid defense. They were trying to win the games 3-2. Yeah. And then the West Coast style, where they were flying all over and looking to score 80 points. And so you had the collision of styles, and it became, Madison Square Garden was such a fortress at the time, such an institution, and you had Nedick's orange drink and hot dogs on one side and Adam's hat on the others, and if you had a student geo card.
Famous names in those days.
Oh, yes.
Like, say, McDonald's today.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And you'd go down there and meet the other guys at the Nedick's, and for 50 cents, a geo card, you could get up, sit up in the balcony. Billows of smoke all over the place. Yeah. And guys taking book right outside and inside, and So it became they still call it the Mecca of basketball. It was legitimately so then. It was the only place of its kind.
Yeah. I take it, Stan, that Madison Square, the collision of geographical styles in Madison Square Garden, in which each team and the kids in New York as well learned from the other teams and began incorporating elements of another geographical area's style into the way they played, that this sort of served the same purpose in a way as television has done for the last 30 years.
Sure. Yeah, television, of course, does it at a snap of the fingers.
Right.
You just turn the dial. If you have your clicker handy and you see 5 games and what's going on all over the country. But there you had people coming in New York. In New York, you were able to see how the game was played in every other section of the country.
Right.
And certainly styles were incorporated. Luisetti's style. I don't know to what degree it influenced someone like Bob Cousy or Ernie Calverley, who played then for Rhode Island, I think. But people would pick up various styles, and it became a medley of those styles.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law, the leader of reform in legal education and a leader in multimedia education for the public. To view the full interview and for a full listing of MSL's programs, log on to mslaw.edu.